everyone. Welcome back to channel Y.O.B. It's your host Y.O.B. Hopefully the audio's working today. Hopefully the audio's working. If not, I'm not gonna do this live anymore. It's done, fine. But this is a review for Stranger Things season 5. My thoughts on it. I saw this like 2 weeks ago. Finished watching it. Saw every episode. My immediate thoughts, it was very underwhelming. It was very underwhelming. It just kind of felt like, and again, it just feels like each episode, each season of Stranger Things is kind of repeating itself. It just kind of feels like it feels like all the characters are kind of like the same. None of them feel like they have any character development, really. I mean, except for like Will and the one kid, kid's going out with Maxie, I forget his name. I don't know. A lot of those characters kind of feel like they're acting the same, like they didn't mature, which is different than like a movie series like Harry Potter, where it felt like the characters were developing and becoming mature, and were just, even they had falling out, like Harry Potter and Ron Weasley eventually had falling out. I think it was in the Goblet of Fire or the Order of the Phoenix. One of those films. I'm not sure which one Harry Potter and Ron became like enemies, but yeah, like I just feel like Stranger Things, it just didn't end like in a satisfying way. It was kind of unbelievable in a sense. Like, you have a bunch of kids from a small town taking on this kaiju-sized demon from the multiverse, and none of them get like fatally injured or killed. Like, it seems so far-fetched and ridiculous. And I know they're trying to harken back to something like the Goonies, and all that, but it just feels like it's more homage than a actual substantive story. And things are just kind of wrapped up like so convenient. Like, okay, that's it. And in 11, for her being the lead character in the series, it's like she ends her story is so like, I don't know, the most majority of the season she wasn't even really like used. Like, she's barely in her own show. She's like more like a background character. I'm just like, how is 11 like not being given more like dialogue or more of like a fulfilling story finale? I don't know. It just feels like they kind of rushed it, but I think they're going to do something like where they're going to make it a spin-off. I think that's what they're going to end up doing, is making it into a spin-off, having different characters like lead. And I don't know. I kind of want them to do that. I think Stranger Things is ran its course. It's kind of just played out. I think it's better that we just kind of wrap it up the way it is, leave it like that. Because to be honest, like, the show was kind of a hit or miss for me. I think it's just more of a cozy show to watch because of the fact that it's been around for a long time. It's been around. What's up? But yeah, I think that Stranger Things, it just was, I don't know, disappointing. I was actually looking forward to it. I thought it was going to be really cool. But I don't know. Some of these guys, I feel, that get a lot of praise for like TV shows like Game of Thrones and all that. I don't know. I think they kind of ride a wave of success, and then they get a little lethargic, and they don't even really try. They just kind of remake the same thing over and over again, just to hit that kind of nostalgia high for everybody. And I don't know. I just kind of wish that the show ended in a more, I mean, it was emotional. Don't get me wrong. I did like certain parts of it. Like, I do like the older kids, older group of kids that kind of like, you see where they are now. They're like teachers or something like that, or just like adults now. And the way it ends is kind of like, they say like, is not the same as it used to be. I mean, that was emotional, but I don't know. It just feels like a show that's been around for like how long? 9 years. Should end in a more epic, a more epic finale. You know, it just kind of seems like it was just kind of like, oh well, that's it, guys. Bye. I don't know. It just felt weird. It's like that's it. That's all I felt like I was when I watched the show, and it ended. I was like, that's it. Let me cross the street. But yeah, man, I love Stranger Things like when it's good, but I don't know. I feel like it sucks because I don't know. I'm not gonna harp on it too long. It's just it is what it is. It just feels like damn, it's kind of a pop culture iconic show, and it's kind of like wrapped up in such a mundane fashion. I'm trying to think of something else I can say about it. It really doesn't. It's nothing like. I mean, they have some interesting stuff. Like for example, like when they're in the Upside Down, and then they find out about the bridge. Like that was actually kind of interesting. But I'm like, this Virian Santos. Hello. But it has some interesting stuff like the bridge part. Like that was interesting to me. I think that was like really cool. But like I said, this is something that should have been brought up like probably 2 seasons ago and developed a little bit more instead of like, hey, there's a bridge here and that's it. And another thing is, it seems like all these characters are just immune from death. Like no matter how many close calls, they have so many. There's the writing. That's one of the things I don't like about the show. That's one thing I don't like about the show is that it doesn't have like good writing. It has a lot of like just I don't know, cheesy, cartoonish writing where characters they're about to die should die. What are you gonna be doing? I'm going to be doing some reaction videos later. But yeah, like a bunch of characters that should die don't die. They just like, and it's constant close calls. These constant like close calls from death. Like for example, the mom that was protecting Holly. Like how the freak did she survive? And not to mention the Demogorgons. Always, I was talking to one of my friends, and I was like, "It's for some reason Demogorgons are always like standing still when they're about they'll kill soldiers in a second and just rip them apart like nothing. And you'll see soldiers just flying all over the place getting ripped apart. But then when it comes to the main characters, the main lead characters, the Demogorgons would literally just walk up and stop and kind of like wait, like, hey, you want to run? Okay, I'll give you a couple minutes. It's like, why are you like, what's? It doesn't make sense. It feels like the script is writing it in a way. It feels fake. It just doesn't. It's not believable. I don't know why they do that. And it'd be one thing if it did a couple times, but they do it a lot with like all the characters. Even for example, like Will saving everybody at the last minute when all the Demogorgons are about to kill each one of them, and he just magically gets powers and he's just, I can control all of them now. I was like, okay, well that's convenient. Well, that's easy. It just feels like it's just like every time they're about to die, something convenient happens. It's just like, oh, thank you. I'm glad you subbed to the channel. I plan on doing these a little bit more. If I can't do like reviews right away, I'm gonna start just doing them live, doing like live reviews. But yeah, right now I'm walking. It's decent. Feels like it's like 35 degrees. Looking at the little pond frozen. And but yeah, I remember when I first watched Stranger Things, and I liked it a lot. It definitely gave me like that 80s nostalgia, like watching movies like The Goonies. I keep thinking of The Goonies. There's other movies too. What is it? Stand By Me. What is it? Nightmare on Elm Street. Poltergeist. It. It's very hot where I live. Yeah, I wish I was. Well, I don't want to be in very hot. I don't want to be in a very hot weather, but I would like to some warmth. This is not. This ain't it, Chief. This ain't it, Chief. I don't like it like this. It's way too cold. But yeah, like I liked the show when I first saw it. Episode 1, season 1 was pretty good. Season 2, kind of felt like it was kind of meandering, kind of boring, kind of lost me. And then I came back on season 3. I actually really like season 3. It's actually like my favorite season out of all of them. Bro, sounds windy. Yeah, it is pretty windy. I don't have a mic, but yeah, it's I liked season 3 a lot. You know, I thought that the writing was better. I thought the monsters were kind of like the design and the kind of progression of the Demogorgon. I don't know if that was like Demogorgon. It was like something where it's absorbing all the people from the town and make them like into a big monster. And that's another thing about the show. Like orange juice. I got you, Doug. So thank you, man. I really appreciate the new subscribers. Really appreciate you guys. But yeah, I thought that's another thing is that they'll have these crazy events happening in that town, you know, and then it's almost like, how is this not nationwide news? How are people not fleeing this town and reporting this to like the government? Like, you know, why are you not reporting this to the government? Like, yo, there's that town Hawkins literally has like a portal to hell. There's these demon dogs running around in this town. It just seems like such a bizarre thing that not like the military, like it's only like a small group of government soldiers there. It feels like just something the president would be involved in, like, and not to mention they have connections to Russia, like that. They have Russians are underneath the mall. It's just a lot of stuff that didn't even really make sense or they didn't even really explain. It's kind of like, how is this not a bigger situation? This kind of seems like a big situation. And then they make all these kids turn into like superheroes. Did you really believe that they were going to let out a secret episode? Hell no. Hell no. They're not going to let out those other episode or no secret episode. People kept saying it's like, dude, the show is over. Let it go. It's over. You know, and to be honest, I don't really need a secret episode. I think it's disappointing. Nothing they could do is going to make me like, wow, the season was so much better. You know, it's like, no, I feel like the show, I don't know. It just, there's a lot of writing issues with that show that started to get to me. And then certain characters that everyone was so gullible about it, laugh my ass off. And right, I totally get that. Yeah, I know everyone was gullible. Everyone's acting like, oh, there's going to be a secret episode. Dude, there's no secret episodes. Like, even the directors are like, what are you talking about? Like that, there was no sign of that. And then people put all these clues together. It's like, guys, it's not that deep. Hey man, if we had writers like you in the writer room, the season would have been probably better. Because you guys you're reaching for stuff that does not even exist. Crazies, I don't even understand. Yeah, I don't get that. I don't get what the secret episode was about. Like, what secret episode are you guys talking about? The most they could do is just make it into a spin-off, or make a spin-off with like following Will or, you know, some other younger characters or something, new characters, you know, but I really don't want that, because then it's just going to get repetitive and just get redundant, and it's going to get like, okay, we're just going to make money. That's all we're doing here. It's like, the show is, you know, where are you walking to? Walking home, just got off work. It was like decent enough outside to go for a walk, so yeah. And I just want to get some fresh air. Sort of the place I'm working at, it's like the air is just like, it's hard to breathe in there. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know. The show, I feel like it had a good potential of being a very, very like solid series, show series, you know. But it just feels like it had way more bad than good, in my opinion. And overall, I think Stranger Things is not that good. Is it a far away? Not really. Probably about like, I don't know, 50-minute walks if I'm moving good speed. But I used to walk all the time when I first started working. When I got out of high school, I used to walk like all the time. First job I had was Taco Bell. I had to walk there like it was a good form of exercise. If I had to walk home, it's probably take me 3 or 4 hours. Oh my God. Yeah. Well, if I was that far, I would not be walking. But yeah. It's just, I don't know, Stranger Things, man. It sucks because it's just like I really wanted to like it a lot more than I did. I would like to give a shout out to my feet. Without them, I wouldn't be able to walk. Everyone talking about pulling up on the Duffer Bros, and they had to this rumor that they were letting out a secret episode, and even if you look up fake ending on Netflix, that's the first show that pops up on the search bar. I still don't understand. It's like, I feel like they're just like the Duffer Brothers are just like, guys, just let it go. Just let it go. All right. I mean, they're probably should. That's probably all this is doing is encouraging them to make more make a spin-off or something, because there's clearly a hunger for it. I mean, I still want to see more, which is weird. I still kind of want to see more because I feel like we didn't get. There's still a lot of unanswered questions. Like I feel like I still don't know a lot about 11. Still, I still think that there's more story to tell with all the kids. But I think maybe this time get a different director. I think this time, they need to have like different directors come in and like direct it, or just different writers or something, to give it a new kind of flavor. I think we just make it like a 90s kind of show, like update it to like give us 90s nostalgia or something, or early 2000s nostalgia, have all the characters like older, being, I don't know, so you could do something interesting like that. What about her sister, though? Who? Whose sister? Not much info on her, really. Are you talking about Holly? You should watch the Babadook. It's a creepy. Yeah, I saw the Babadook. Babadook is creepy as hell. Yeah, I saw it once, and I didn't want to watch it again after that. So, that movie was weird. I just don't like the monster. It just something about it is just ugh. But I always say that name. It just sounds silly. Babadook, the Babadook. I think I stopped saying before the Babadook shows up. Like, I heard you call my name. Yeah, I saw the Babadook. That movie was good. It was really good. At first, I hated that kid, though. That kid was getting on my damn nerves. Like, literally, I couldn't understand I understood why the mom was getting mad at the kid. The kid was literally getting on my nerves. I was like, yeah, I understand. Shit, creepy. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That movie, creepy as hell. Every time I watch that movie, I just don't like the monster. Like, the movie's not even necessarily a scary movie. It's just the design of that creature is creepy. Like, the monster, the Babadook, it's just something about that design. It's fucking creepy to me. But it's a good movie. I did like that movie. It was really good. I should make a review about that movie. Bro, you watch anime? Yeah, I watch anime. My favorite anime is Cowboy Bebop. That's my favorite. My favorite anime character is Spike Spiegel. I love Cowboy Bebop. I love Death Note. I love Berserk. I love Full Metal Panic. I love me or him. Bro, watch him. Oh. Any of y'all. Oh. Yeah. Well, I watch anime. I love anime. I love 80s and 90s anime. That's my favorite genre. I even love Fooly Cooly. If you guys ever heard of Fooly Cooly. If you haven't, check out Fooly Cooly. The anime Fooly Cooly. Every time I look back, I'm always like, there's a long pathway. You see behind me, there's a long pathway. But it always feels like someone's like behind me. What about Bleach? Yeah, I saw Bleach. I watched a few episodes on it. I think the only reason I like that show is because the women in the anime, women in it were really fine. So I was like, I think that's the only reason I watched that show. I was like, oh my God. I was like, what? Who drew this character? Who drew this character? Who drew this character? No, I love Bleach. Bleach is cool. I like anime. Is just gives me good vibes. I love watching anime. Yeah. I'm glad this live is working. I'm sorry, I had to tell the truth. I think the only reason I like Bleach is because they drew one of the characters in there. I was like, ah, damn. Yeah, damn. Oh man. But yeah. Thank you guys for joining me on this walk review for the season 5 Stranger Things. I'm gonna wrap it up. If you guys want to join me in a prayer, we'll pray right over here, just to have good luck to the beginning of this week. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Give us daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, and we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the glory and power forever. Dear Lord, please put a wedge of protection on me, my family, my friends, my loved ones, the viewers on this chat today. God, please put a wedge of protection around all the victims of, genocide and tyranny. Please guide us through this dark time that we're living in. Thank you for all the blessings you've given me. Amen. I might be goofy, but the credit music is catchy and for real. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm gonna try to do these every day. I'm glad the live actually worked this time. Last time I was having issues, but thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, bye.